Do you ever feel like your spirit's damping with the changing of the seasons? You know, one minute you're bright and cheerful and the next minute you're doom and gloom. Stick with us as we delve into seasonal affective disorder. You may know it as SAD, and we're going to shed some light on why the changing of the seasons casts a shadow over our mood. I'm Neil Kelders, and today we're going to peel back the layers on a topic very familiar to a lot of us, seasonal affective disorder. All right, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt this. I have to get out of this rain. It's just, and I'm sneezing and I have to go inside. So I'll see you inside. Okay, good to be back inside. As I was saying, outside, many of us have heard about SAD in some shape or form. And in this video, I'd like us to delve deeper in order to get a better understanding of SAD. You know, it's not just about feeling gloomy inside when it's absolutely crap weather outside. Let's look at debunking a few myths. It's not only adults who experience SAD, and then let's look at how we can address it and not just ride out the storm and be passive and say, sure, look, it's grand. When the weather's better, I'll get better. Then at the end of the video, I want to give you 3 tips on how to manage it, how to gain some of your life back. Seasonal affective disorder is linked to the changing of the seasons. I know it may sound obvious, but why is that? And it's largely due to the varying amounts of sunlight that we're exposed to. So in winter we have shorter days, less sunlight, and this does disrupt our internal clocks, our circadian rhythm. It also affects our serotonin levels, and this is the brain chemical which regulates mood. So then, this leads to winter pattern SAD. As the acronym aptly illustrates, those afflicted with SAD have feelings of sadness, lack of energy, especially in the months December, January, February. Not just confined to those months, but especially those months because of the shorter days. But there's a twist. There's always a twist, right? Some people, come summer and spring, will experience a reverse pattern. So the longer days may create insomnia, restlessness, anxiety. This is known as summer pattern SAD. It's not as common, but it's just as challenging to the person as winter pattern SAD is. SAD is more prevalent in those countries which are further from the equator. Why is that? It's because seasonal changes in daylight are far more pronounced in those countries. So if you live in a country far from the equator, and especially in the northern latitudes, you're more susceptible to experiencing SAD. So let's give a little example. Let's just take in America, you have Florida, which is quite southerly. They say that 1% of the population in Florida experience SAD. We go to Alaska, which is more northerly, up to 9% of the population there experiencing SAD. So the risk of SAD increases with age, but it also does affect young adults. The estimated age for onset of SAD is between 18 to 30 years of age. SAD occurs in women 4 times more than it does in men. These are just a few quick pointers that you can take aboard if you want to do a quick self-assessment to see if you're experiencing SAD. And get this, SAD can last up to 40% of the year. What does that mean? That means up to 4 or 5 months of the year. So not just your December, January, February, it could be November as well, and March. That's how long SAD could last if you don't manage or address it. Now it's time for some myth busting. Busting or bursting? Let me know in the comments below. One of those. Anyway, that was my dramatic effect to get you motivated. Okay, we'll move swiftly along. Myth 1. Seasonal affective disorder is a minor depression. No, not at all. Actually, did you know this? That SAD, seasonal affective disorder, meets the same criteria of that of a major depression, has the same symptoms, same physical health problems, and if left untreated over a long time, same as a major depression, can lead to self-harm or taking of one's life. And you know this by now, right? Because you've just been watching this video. We know that SAD is a lot more than just feeling down a little gloomy or having a loss of energy. It's having a depressed mood, having a real lack of interest in doing anything, low libido, not wanting to socialize, feeling lonely. So it has many of the major symptoms of a major depression. And unfortunately, if SAD is left untreated, it can really be a source of disability for a person. It can impact their ability to really fill their life's potential. So get it sorted today. Start with this video. SAD only affects women. No, SAD also affects men, but mostly affects women in a ratio of 4 women to 1 man. But that still means that 20% of men are affected. So if you're a man, you're not immune. Only adults suffer SAD. Not true. Kids and teenagers can also suffer SAD. Their mood and their energy can dip with the changing of the seasons. So if you have a teenager, or if you are a teenager, you're not just a moody teenager. There could be something else behind this, and it could be SAD. So look into it. SAD is only for the winter. No, as we've learned, SAD can also occur during the summertime. In the summer, it's the opposite. The long duration of the daylight hours, that can be the problem for many people. Insomnia, not being able to sleep. Their internal clock is put off. They can't sleep. They have insomnia. Anxiety can raise its ugly head as well. So they have many issues that they may have to deal with because of the changing of the seasons into summer. People with SAD can just snap out of it. I wish that were true, but unfortunately it's not. It's a physical change to your brain and your body. For me, this is quite a dangerous myth for people to spout, because some people may feel because of the negative attitude, they won't find help or seek help for SAD. They won't think it's a real thing. They think they're weak and they should be able to just snap out of this. That's not the case. Seek help. Seek someone to advise you. Treatment is available if you have a family member that's low. It can be SAD, and now you know that it is treatable and they can turn this around. Okay, a lot to take in there. So let's take a break for a second before we move on with the next part of the video, which is looking at how we address SAD. And I'm also going to give you 3 tips on how you can manage SAD. So I'm going to turn the tables a second and ask you a question. Have you come across any myths in relation to SAD? If you have, put them in the comments below, and what we'll try to do is debunk them together with a bit of humor. And if you are really enjoying this myth-busting session, do give us a thumbs up. It'd be really appreciated. Neil, tell me why I should bother addressing SAD if I have it. Well, I will tell you, because the tendrils of SAD reach far into your daily life. And by that I mean it has a knock-on effect. It will start affecting other areas of your life, be it motivation to exercise, with your family. So you've got to be careful. You've got to manage it so it doesn't affect those other areas, that you stop that domino effect. Another reason you need to address SAD as soon as possible is that it has the potential to have a long-term impact on your mental health. Seasonal depression could change into year-round depression or anxiety. You don't want that to happen. By recognizing and treating SAD early, you're not just helping with those seasonal changes that come every year, you're having a wider and a greater impact on your overall mental health. Let's not forget the physical side of things. Our mental health deeply influences our physical health. So SAD can sap your energy, create a loss of appetite, and interrupt your sleep patterns. And again, that's the domino effect I'm talking about. So by addressing SAD, you can turn that around. You can find ways to gain more energy, have a better appetite, make better choices for food. And as we've seen in my other videos, which you can click on the link to check here, we can find ways to prevent insomnia or interrupted sleep. You might be saying to yourself, Neil, I've had this for years, I've done nothing about it. It's just one of those things, it happens every year, I ride it out. Be honest with yourself. Is it becoming a little bit more difficult to ride out the storm? I don't think we can ever possibly ride out the storm. It leaves some impact on us. It drains us. So put a stop to that now. It's never too late. It's never too late, believe me. Small changes will make a massive impact. Now, as promised, we move on to the 3 tips to help you manage SAD, which you can introduce into your daily routines straight away. Are you maximizing the natural light in your living spaces? Your living room, your kitchen, your home office? If not, move your seating or move your activity in that room closer to the window. It sounds very simple, but it can help boost your mood significantly. We all know this one, we hear it all the time. Introduce exercise into your daily routine. Try to do some exercise when it's daylight. So that could be a walk outside. If you're working and you're in the office, get up, go outside for a 10-minute walk. Or do some yoga before you go to work or after work or lunchtime. Do some stretching, something simple. Exercise is a great mood booster. I know if I don't, I get tense. And the final tip is simple. For you to become more self-aware, for you to pay more attention to your exposure to light. Light is crucial in relation to SAD, both in terms of the absence of light in winter and the excess of light in the summer. Your understanding of how light affects your mood is key. Remember, this is about you. And that leads me into the next video we're going to look at. We're going to look at this more in depth, but also we're going to look at other causes of SAD. What other factors are pivotal in relation to your experiencing SAD? It's time to finish up now, but just remember, if you change nothing, nothing changes. So do something, implement those tips. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to please subscribe, like, share, do whichever, do them all. I'll see you in the next video.